to downplay the role of these museums but some of the objects there are not well curated. The context is not proper. Of course, Casa Gurur is really doing a lot of research to check. A lot of their objects there are not original, also mga Casa Gurur yun. But they're trying to put in objects that were probably used during the 19th century lifestyle, late 19th century lifestyle, museum ang Casa Gurur. So they're trying to check whether the artifacts and the objects and the furniture that they have there are really correct on context. With the Yan San Diego House, there might be a little bit of problem with that. Kinahanglan pa siyang incorrectly curated. No? But I think what he has in mind is really like more of an online database. We're really working most of the time online. Or maybe if these museums could eventually create a virtual tour. A lot of museums are doing that. Somewhere else, a virtual tour, and then again, that curated Yakunan virtual tour. But yeah, that would be a good project for you. And I'm glad again, a point on an intersection of literature with another discipline is highlighted at this point. Okay, that's one thing that we are trying to explore, intersections of literature with the social sciences, even the natural sciences. We have a poem, for example, that enumerates all the kinds of fishes, or all the kinds of insects, or all the kinds of herbs, and they become a listicle. They become a document na naadin na silang mga kiaman.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, one last from sir. Yes, sir.
As teacher of literature, I thought it's very fortunate for me to make a lot of my encounter of Historia. Although I probably have read somewhere some time ago a related or similar, because it really drives home to the point some of my own personal experiences right after the war. Kaya nga mong bahay gigamit na headquarters sa mga gerilla. Kaya aktibo man sa politika ang akong mga grand. In fact, ang among mayor sa among lungsod, sa Dismalit po sa Ulirete, ang mayor ng sa lungsod, ang iyang asawa, Kilogos, kipatay, tubangan niya, kimutilate ang body at tubangan yun sa mga mayang bayan ng Japanese. Gihiwa ang tutoy, gihimong astre ang iyang tubangan. Yun na naka-question pa niya. Ang feeling sa mga tao, magigamit ang inyong bahay as headquarters sa mga gerilla, diba? It's like being, in the case of Timok and Mantahir, it's a kind of a caught between the devil and the devil. Sige, kung dili si Timok mo tabang, ang iyang asawa magpanagana, dudahan sila, natuwa sila ng pabor sa pikas. So, ang akong point na naman, kaya inyong ibutan nila reading approaches on the sociological and historical aspects of the story. Pero ako, as a teacher of literature, i-elevate din ako, it's not the simple approach. I-appeal na din ako as elements of story. So elements together with characters, i-appeal din ako ng socio-psychological and historical implications. Without that, the story would mean nothing. So muna, kanyang istorya ako nilagay sa akong Cebuano literature.
Thank you so much, sir. It's true, we missed to put here, we're doing social, psychological analysis also of the characters. I have a question here, pointing out the behavioral traits, the anxieties, of course, the inner psyches of people during the war. So, appeal naman din ay sakto yung pang ingon, sir, na na-miss na tubutan din ni. It must be sociological, psychological, and historical, okay, implications. Okay. Noted, sir. More questions? None? We don't have time. Sayang kaayo kay atong ikaduhang na istorya unta will showcase Marcel Navarra's literary merit. Kani kay about the war or on the content. Kato more on being the father of modern Cebuano story. I provided you a lesson plan. I wrote there, kung giano na ko ma'am, naasa kit ma'am, then I provided also a lesson plan. Tanawan ninyo ang input to discuss. These are not new to us. The flash fiction, we have the immediate res, we have the epistolary. These are the styles employed in the story. Kung giano ako, imagine na, the story was published 1937, that's before the war. And hearing, of course, the discussion of the pre-war literature, comparing it to Vicente Soto and his contemporary or even contemporary of Marsan Navarra, he's quite advanced. Makita ang tato natin. Anyway, you can do it on your own in your class. We don't have time. Just review siguro if it's applicable or how do you, kung saan ka na-present ninyo or kamo na yung bahala. Anyway, you have the kit or the concern is more on the words ngayon na. I can give you the English translation. Pero, take note ha, hindi mo ipabasa sa story. It's just a guide. Yes?
I used Marcel Navarra as my muse when I made my thesis in Cebuano University. From Pahibata, which is my favorite, The Awakening, up to Makasuntay postscript. Teresita Maceda from UP Diliman, now teaching in De La Salle University, has an anthology of translation from Filipino to English. And when I presented this for a paper presentation, actually, their concern is, this is Marcel Navarra, he's popular among the Cebuano literaries, but then, wala siya nalinghan sa mga taga-Cebu. He is known to be the Guide de Maupassant of Cebuano Bisaya literature and Hemingway ng mga Bisaya because of his surprise ending. And most of his stories, he uses first-person point of view, which is quite difficult to narrate. They suggested, especially for taga-Karkar, now why not create a writing workshop honoring Marcel Navarra because walang pagit siya recognition yun sa mga Cebuano region. Pero just to elevate his status, although Western he is the Guide de Maupassant and Hemingway ng mga Bisaya. So that is why he's considered as the father of modern Cebuano short stories.
Okay, thank you for that input, sir. Where can we get the copy of that anthology? It's not anymore in CS Cebuano Studies. Wala ni copy. Ako ang last na nakapalit sa last copy. Yes, where can we get? In UP, wala i-reprint? Out of print?
It's out of print. So,
But the library in CNU na, some all the libraries have copies actually. Big university, yes, universities, they know. Pero reprint sila, sir? Dawa naman request
ang Diliman?
Okay, we can search. UPD. Yes, sa libraries, anthology ni Marcel Navarra. That's my reference also of this story.